Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's me, it's RDV. Welcome back to Geeky Puppet Show. Well, and tonight we're going to be talking about the best books of the week. I think I'll wait a little bit for people to pop in. I know it's only been 15 seconds, but it's kind of weird. There's no one waiting. All right, now I see some people watching here. All right. So tonight, what we normally do in here, we talk about the books that came out this week and what we consider to be, I consider to be the best. If you have your own top five as far as what you think are the best books of the week, or even your top 10, feel free to leave it down in the comment section down below after the stream's over, or even in the chat when we're going live. And to join me through this little adventure here, well, is a guy who is really early tonight. His name is
Zach. Yeah, I am. I'm actually very early tonight. We had like 3 people at my Bible study, so we went through like really quick.
Well, you know what? We're gonna have the same people here tonight. 3 people.
3 people?
Did they forget it's Thursday?
3 is the magic number.
But then again, you also remember that people are probably watching Black Adam.
Yeah, I guess so. I always forget that there's like the day before releases, like the preview day or preview night, whatever they call it.
I forgot it was even coming out until I thought it was out to like December.
No, I think they pushed it up.
Oh.
They pushed it up to October. And this is, I don't know, maybe they should have waited till December because this is like the last, besides Avatar, I think this is the last really big movie.
It just irritates me because they pushed back Shazam. Or not, or
yeah.
No, it was
It was Shazam. They pushed them both back. They pushed Flash back too, I think.
Hello to Marania. Hello to anyone else who may watch this later on the replay, because right now it's just the 3 of us. Just the 3 of us. We can make it if we try.
Because we're the 3 best friends that
anyone
can have.
There is one book that would be on my list, but sadly I forgot to pick up the book. I don't know how I missed it, but I don't have World's Finest. I don't have it, but I've read it. It's phenomenal. And I'm going to say it because if it were here, it'd be my best book of the week. But sadly, I can't add it to the list because it's not in my stack here. But definitely nostalgia reasons, and it's probably better than watching Black Adam. I don't know. Like I said, I've been hearing that people are saying, "Whoa, wait, Black Adam's a JSA movie." Well, the JSA is a big chunk of it.
There's no Flash, and there's no Green Lantern, and there's no Wildcat.
And that's the thing too. Is it really JSA if you only have like 3 people? But then again, who knows? Maybe there's people they just didn't list in IMDb. That's another thing. Can we get rid of the IMDb? Quit spoiling me and telling me who's in the movie wait until the movie's done and came out, and it's already been out for a while.
You know what I read the other day? I read an interesting thing. So you know how Black Adam has Cyclone in there, right?
He has a Cyclone, but not
their version of Cyclone.
Same with Hawkman.
Yeah,
it's a Hawkman. It's from a multiverse.
You know who was originally supposed to be like the young girl member of the JSA in that movie?
Stargirl.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I really hate that Warner Brothers movies and Warner Brothers TV can't play nice and just share.
Right, dude. Hey, if they had Courtney from the show that's currently out on CW, it actually would be awesome. You imagine if you would have had Pat in his giant robot.
Dude, that would be
Stripes.
That actually would be cool.
That would have been great, but sadly,
you could have John Wesley Shipp's Jay Garrick too.
Dude, I know. It's for whatever reason they don't want to put these people crossover events because I guess they're afraid that it may taint their crappy movies.
I don't know. Well, no,
I'm not saying that I'm not simply saying that Black Adam's a crappy movie. I'm just saying they're afraid. Well, if the TV show does bad, it will, and it's tied to the movie. Then, but the problem is, they already tied it. Arrowverse, Flash is already tied to the main universe. Ezra Miller did a crossover event with them.
They had the Flash. They're not afraid to have a Flash movie and a Flash show, but everything else, like whenever Suicide Squad came out, they took all the Suicide Squad characters. They took Deadshot, Katana, that little Harley Quinn appearance.
I guess it's so
weird.
Off
of Arrow.
It's so weird though. It's like they want to keep them separate, but like honestly, if you're building a universe, world building, your TV show shows should be in the same quality as the movies. And if that's what Zavlov's doing, Well, you better all damn well come on and say that then. He better tie his movies to his shows.
Well, he's still just getting started.
I understand that, but otherwise, don't give me this crap. But we need to reset everything, to make it better, put out qualities. It's like the whole argument. We won't release Batwoman, but we're also not that committed to actually acknowledging that the good shows we have nothing to do with the movies we're going to put out.
Yeah.
But then again, who's to say 10 years from now we'll look back at this and just laugh at this and say how dumb it was,
Hey, it's a Dwayne Johnson movie. They're never dumb, sir.
And
I still watch the game plan with much enthusiasm.
If you want to hear more about how stupid current TV shows and movies are, check out our interview with Chuck Dixon, talking about how nothing matters anymore.
Are you going to plug that interview with every stream we do for the next month?
Why not?
By the way, we talked about this a month ago.
I'm just saying, why would you not want a chance? I'm going back and watching other people's interviews with him.
Oh yeah, no,
because he says different things. I doubt he's repeating the same stuff over and over again. He could for a little part, but I'm sure he's got stories he doesn't tell. He's told on our stuff that he's maybe forgotten.
Yeah.
But that being said, though, I just said I really do wish that these movies will actually just increase in as far as I guess greatness. I guess The Rock is all about greatness. He's the people's champ. So
he is the people's champ.
Now we get to see how well does Shazam do at the box office. Does that bomb?
Black Adam. Not Shazam. Black Adam.
Well, it's Shazam light. It's Black Adam without Shazam.
I hope it does well. Not so much for the Black Adam part, but because based off of the reaction the JSA gets, Warner Brothers is going to decide whether or not to do a full JSA movie or show or whatever.
It's just weird because having the JSA in there, and then the JSA doesn't know about Billy yet, but yet they're going to go after Black Adam. And if it's supposed to be a prequel movie, hopefully not.
They don't know about Billy in the comics either. They all think Captain Adam is a grown man and not a 13-year-old boy.
No, I'm not saying about that. I'm just saying about the existence of Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay.
Of Shazam.
Okay.
I mean, Black Adam, yes, he's been around since ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
But you think he'd be Black Adam's you know what? I'm gonna go after Billy first, But I guess when I saw the trailers, it looks like they had him on lockup for all these years, and then he broke free, or I don't know what they're gonna use.
Yeah, it looked like he was encased in a tomb. He had the mummy treatment. He looked like he was encased in a tomb or something.
You know what it looked like? It looked like it looked like Amanda Waller controls everything in that universe.
Amanda Wawa.
Which is really
Doesn't she though?
We haven't seen her go up against Batman.
That's true. Well, Justice League Unlimited notwithstanding.
I'm just saying, it's she's basically they're extending the Suicide Squad. Now we have Black Adam on the Suicide Squad.
I heard that there's a cameo appearance. One of the characters from Peacemaker shows up in Black Adam. Not Peacemaker, but a character from Peacemaker.
Vigilante.
God, I hope so. I really don't hope so, but that would be funny.
But I also want to point out, though, for those who have seen Black Adam, please no spoilers.
Please don't. Unless
you're doing a review of the movie, then I won't watch it. But if you're coming in other people's channels where it's not the name of the actual it says Black Adam review, do not drop spoilers in here because it's brand new. People haven't seen it yet.
Brand spanking new. Hopefully I'm gonna go see it this weekend.
It's one of the reasons why I say it's if I'm reviewing a TV show and you're upset because I'm doing spoilers for that TV show and the title says review. I guess I'm not. Maybe it's just me. I don't watch reviews if I haven't watched that movie or TV show.
Yeah.
So that being said, you are tonight on for fair warning. We'll give spoilers to the books. so if you haven't read it yet, come back later.
We frown on spoiling movies, but we are going to spoil books.
We do this. We've been doing this for a while. Like I said.
That's true.
But as far as I said, it's a totally different animal, totally different beast.
Yeah.
All right. So getting ready into that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my books here. So I have actually kind of mad because I was going through. I'm like, I read it. I'm like, and then I went to go look at it because I read it. I went through Comixology and I read it that way. Paid the $4 because I didn't have the actual title with me, so I had to read it that way. So, but I was kind of upset about that. So tomorrow I'll have to go and get the book.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that you didn't get World's Finest. That's surprising.
All right. So that brings me down to I have 11 books. All right. So I'll go first to get my books going here. All right. First book. This is number 11. Good series. Like I said, I pick it up, man. I don't have any bad books in my week that I hated, and the books I read. I was shocked. Because usually when I pick a book, sometimes I get one and it's like, wow, that's kind of a dud. But that being said, I do have other books that I were more enjoying than this. I mean, because it's just my personality. I like kind of like the action, more stuff. This is more of a slow pace. You take your time, reading, looking at it, not much going on other than it's like I said, it's more of a wholesome. It's like watching like a made for TV movie almost in a sense, the whole Steve Ditko case. If Steve Ditko was alive, and Stan Lee had stolen the rights to Spider-Man from him, so Ditko decided to basically go and for a lot of years, didn't draw anything, didn't do anything else, so now these years later, he's basically someone gave him information, hey, I was working for the guy, for Stan Lee or whatever in this case, and I found the paper says that you're the one that created the art first, and then the writer wrote the story. And so in that sense, that came down to basically done a lawsuit. So now the artist wants to start his own publishing group. So and they're going to start writing public domain books again. It's called the Domain. Since it's proven to court, they gave him the rights. He's a sole owner of the domain. He's going to start publishing the book again with his sons. So it's kind of cool and neat to see a somewhat broken family coming back together. And I really hope this isn't the end. I'm not sure how many issues this is going to be, but this is only issue 5. So yeah, I kind of like it. I'm digging this. Chip Zdarsky. It's not a superhero book. It's a book about people who wrote superheroes and drew them. That's that. So
interesting.
That's it's on my list. And I thank you, Skip and Ashley Comics. Anybody else who also talked about the book that led me to basically giving it a try. All right, number 10. Vampiro Strikes. It's a new arc, new villains.
Ooh, I like the cover.
That's more in line with the 90s stuff.
Who's the artist on that cover? I like that style. It looks familiar. I'm not just saying the pose. The pose is great, but just the art style.
I gotta look at the back page for all the covers.
I'll look it up while you're talking about it. What is it?
It's Steven Seagoya.
Oh, okay, Seagoya. Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's just, yeah. The main copy, the main issue of cover is, if you've seen some of these other books, is Lucio Perillo does all the painted ones. Mm-hmm. That was the creepy divines and all the stuff, the ghouls. This is Steven Seagoya taking back to basically Vampiro Strikes, which basically started, I believe, in the 90s with Harris, and then they brought it back one time in Dynamite. This is like the 3rd time around now. So, like I said, it's a new story arc. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody, but Eric, I understand that you didn't care for the first one. This is a whole new arc, difference. She's working with the McDance, tracking a whole new thing, villain, and I'll just say this. They're worried that people who are worshiping the Chaos Gods are going to come back to basically that Nyx is going to be born again. She's the daughter of Chaos. She was basically a Professor Vampiro, who Vampiro had killed. So their fear is that these people are trying to resurrect her, which is kind of fun because they're ignoring everything that happened with Christopher Priest resurrecting her in the Sacred Six story, and then the current ongoing book that has her in it. It's called Nyx. So basically, which is kind of cool because I'm like, good, because I didn't like that the main writer, the guy who created her, wasn't the one who resurrected her. It was somebody else, just brought her back so they could use the character. So In that sense, I've been liking that. All right. Number 9.
Metal.
Dude, that is just awesome. This is yep.
That's cool. The Demon Skull. That's awesome.
They're taught. Oh my gosh, this is just becoming more and more awesome. The more I read this, with everything that's going on as far as oh yeah, so basically it's so basically we're now if you're reading Thor, Venom has been involved with with the Asgardians and all that stuff. And well, Carnage has been involved with the Asgardian stuff and a separate thing. But it almost seems like they're connected the way this ends because he wants to go after Venom.
I noticed that in don't want to.
But I'll just say this though. It almost seemed like it's connected, but they're not. I was like, is Ramsey gonna is he doing a crossover? That would be awesome. With Thor and stuff.
Kate's team up.
Yeah, Kate's and Ram V team up would be awesome.
That would be all right. That'd be all right.
So basically, the detective in here is who's being haunted by the spirit of Curtis Cassidy. So has a little bit of the symbiote because the current symbiote because he broke away from the original symbiote. Has basically been helping. So the cop basically went to where I forgot where the undead world is where hell reigns.
Mm-hmm.
Loki's daughter. And
it's just called Hell.
Oh, okay. So they're basically gonna go down. They found this. They were finding their way through. They've been killing all these giants. And basically, we've been torturing Malekith for the past eons of years. It has just been fun. And so basically, it's gonna help Malekith escape from there. They want to, and they're gonna go through I think it's called what is it? It's for Gelmir, I think it's called Hvergelmir, which basically which all rivers flow through. So basically, it's their way. They're gonna get wrapped. But Malekith gets a little bit greedy. He wants to basically just keep fighting. He wants revenge because they've been torturing for all these years. So he said, "Screw this! I'm killing all of them." And the guy doesn't want him to do that, so they start fighting. Meanwhile, Carnage, the symbiote is coming there, and he wants to basically he wants Malekith. This ties all the way back into Absolute Carnage. Do you remember the Codex stuff?
Vaguely, yes.
Yes, where he's reaching their spine, getting little pieces, whatever they had. They had basically had the part of the DNA, the symbiote DNA.
Yeah.
So this is kind of going into that. So I was reading this, I'm like, oh, it's an awesome book, and then I see this. Why are we getting Murder World? I don't want Murder World Avengers. Also ideas. So Malekith is pretty much
take the Avengers to Murder World. They're already dead.
So there's a lot of murder going on here, and basically he turns against him. He doesn't want him to do it. And then who shows up? Well, it's all hell is breaking loose. Because she made a deal with the Carnage symbiote. She knows what's going to get, what his goal is, and she says, you know what? I want to see who's going to win between the two. Because she says, Malekith thinks that bastard thinks he can escape. I want to see if he really can. So, like I said, a lot of carnage, a lot of violence in this, a lot of blood.
Nice.
It's one of the books. I've been loving it. Look at this panel here. He finally gets hold of Malekith. Look at that. That is just disturbing on many levels. But then I was talking about Blade.
Oh,
yeah, with Mark Russell and Yoda.
Those aren't the worst looking vampires I've ever seen.
It's like a vampire Yoda, but yeah, like I said, it's been a fun book. All right, number 8. Red Sonja, Immortal Red Sonja. Fun book.
You got a different cover than I did. I like that one.
Yeah, the Ye Old. Yeah. Fun series, what's going on in this.
That plot twist.
All I'm going to say is this. This is the humor you're getting in this book.
Yeah, that was off-putting when I first opened it. I was like, oh, yeah. That's weird.
But, This is some of the art you're also getting here too, with the Merlins and Enchanted Castle. Basically, the whole entire this book has just been like medieval, Legend of King Arthur, and just comedy and just like violence. They said it's been fun, fun to read for a Red Sonja book. They decided it's not her in the chainmail bikini, but I'm okay with it because it's not offensive either. It's not we're getting Gail Simone crap or anything like that. We're getting Red Sonja, who basically is frustrated, just wants to kill things. She's beyond, she's cursed to wear this chainmail. Is possessed by the spirit of King Arthur. I'm not going to spoil the end, but I would say if you're looking for a book right now, it's on issue 7. This is through Dynamite. One of the best books out there right now.
I agree.
All right. Number 6. It's Moon Knight.
Oh, that's such a sweet cover, too.
I know, look at that.
You got some of the good covers this week. Mine are garbage.
You know what time I went to the store? 2:30.
I got there at 6. Maybe that's my problem. I went to the store at 6 o'clock in the evening. Maybe all the
2:30 in the afternoon. All I'm gonna say about this is that we're setting for all-out war with vampires, and they even name drop Dracula. They named Moon Knight is. I was so thankful there was no freaking like, oh, I gotta talk to the other guys, the Steven, I gotta talk to, I didn't want that crap. Get rid of this, the whole PTSD, whatever, what do we call it, or MPD.
Dissociative DID. Dissociative.
I call it MPD, multiple personality disorder.
Maybe that's the thing.
Overall, I just want they named Dracula, and all I want is like, Dracula, where's my fucking money? That's what I want.
You're not gonna get that.
I want that, bro.
I want it too. Don't worry. I want it too. I just don't think you're gonna get that. That's all I'm saying.
They're setting up a war, basically, with basically Moon Knight taking when his 2 vampire friends are gonna take on this giant vampire clan. So, all right.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Number 6. Oh, nice. The Flashpoint.
Yep. The final issue.
I dug it.
I got this cover mainly because, well, I like Flashpoint as far as Eobard Thawne versus Barry Allen. But neither one of those 2 characters in there. and neither is the top 2 on the right.
Yeah.
It's very emotional as far as those who basically remember reading the button, the part that was written by Josh Williamson, not the crappy introduction by Tom King. This book basically goes back to the letter that Bruce received from Barry when he gave it to him. The letter was from Thomas Wayne, and I gotta say, Rip Hunter is a dick. I don't know if that's a current theme going, or it's always been that way.
Wasn't he one in Legends? I feel like he was one in Legends to a degree.
To a good degree, but more so in this.
Yeah.
As Bruce puts out, it's like these guys, say they're the experts on time and everything, but yet who created the Time Bureau and all that stuff? Who put them in charge? Why won't they tell anybody? They have their own secrets. It means, and it's basically, if you like Bruce Wayne outsmarting Rip Hunter, this is your story for you. He basically makes Rick look like an idiot. So I won't reveal any more of it. If you want to later on, you could go ahead, but I don't want to say any more about that. All right, top 5.
Top 5. We need graphics that count stuff down.
Well, I'll get to that.
I mean, that's what you have me for, so. I did see that cover at my LCS, but I didn't want that one. So
I figured if the book sucked, because I don't like the last issue, if this book sucks, at least got a good cover.
But did this book suck?
No, it was actually trying to be good, but this is still a better cover.
It is a good cover, yeah.
I mean, Greg Smallwood cover, I believe, right?
I think so. You told me. So
it's been a while.
So.
It's been since a couple days.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't, unlike Dynamite, they don't tell you who the variant covers are in the back. But Thanos War is coming. That's the other thing. There's a whole new event with Donny Cates bringing Thanos War going on. But overall, I'm not going to spoil this book either. Well, maybe I can show a page. I don't want to ruin it too much for anybody. All right. So this is how it opens up.
Yes.
Donald Blake.
Yes.
I'm just going to say something happens to Donald Blake in this book.
Yeah. Oh, it's creepy at AF. Oh, God. That was disgusting. But also cool.
Tribute to Mike Pasquillo here too. We'll be doing these.
Did you get brooding, upset Thor baby, King baby Thor? No, I don't think so.
No. But we did get where his hammer was leaking honey.
It's golden blood. It's odds blood.
I know
blood.
It's golden blood, so it's
yeah.
But overall, we did get this.
Oh yeah, hey, there they are. One panel, yeah.
But there's no.
I like where Loki calls that whole scene with Thor and Venom. He's like, dude, this is pure van art.
So that being said, you do have. I'm gonna have a spoiler right here. I'm gonna count down from 5. And then I'm gonna show it. So then after that, I'll hold it up. I'll hold it up for like 30 seconds, and I'll take it down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, Venom and Thor merge. Because Eddie Brock is only a symbiote now. He doesn't only has a human body anymore, so he basically merges with Thor as a Venom symbiote. And they basically lay the smackdown.
I like where Loki calls him Thornum.
Yes. This was the other thing too. I was talking about this. It's coming up new.
Thanos Death Notes.
Yeah, Thanos Death Notes is gonna be that.
Interesting.
And
I didn't even see that.
Yeah. And then this is the other book. I don't know. Here. I'm looking forward to this. Claremont and Salvador Logro back together on Extreme X-Men. I really hope this is ongoing.
Kitty, Rogue, Storm, and Domino look good. They all do, pretty much.
Well, yeah, there's costumes on it. All of them do from that era.
Those old school costumes, yeah.
All right. Number 4, final issue of the series, where he basically comes back. Spoiler: he returns to Gotham at the end.
Oh no! I can't know that. Oh, no.
But look at that cool cover.
That is pretty sweet, though.
With the bat flying through.
That is crazy looking. He looks rabid.
Right? So, that being said, sorry, I got distracted by the old man talking like a surfer.
I said that yesterday in my youth group, and all the kids looked at me like I was a fossil.
At least at your age, you have to say that or look at you as a fossil. At Bree's age, they just look at him and they know he's a fossil.
That's
They're like,
true.
how do you get out of the museum? Overall, this is basically Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul, whatever you prefer. I know there's like 2 different pronounces, but I've always pronounced it as Ra's al Ghul because that's what the Batman animated series did. Anyway, it's Ra's al Ghul basically versus Bruce Wayne in this, and we get to start scenes of basically him becoming more and more like Batman towards the end here, as he's basically realizes what Ra's al Ghul's plans are for the world are. The only downside of this is that they draw freaking Talia having look. I know it's supposed to be 2 strands of hair coming out, but they look like freaking sideburns going all the way down. It's like, dude, get a manga artist in there that actually show you how to actually draw that. There's actually probably get the one from that drew the Inuyasha stuff. Yes, and don't give me crap about that. They actually had a girl. The reason I bring it up because they had a girl. We had the 2 strands of hair went down. Her hair's always in a ponytail, but it always came down this way and hung loose. And this, so it looked like this Talia has freaking sideburns. I'm like, there's a scene there where she kisses Bruce. I'm like, oh no. But I guess and she's also got Ra's al Ghul's face too, because I guess it's supposed to be his daughter, so they have to make her look just like him. I'll give her a goatee, and she's Ra's al Ghul. Yeah. So So that being said, though, it was still a good book. I enjoyed it through. I'm just saying, I like having that prequel series. I know it's probably been done before, or partially done in back issues of Batman, but I give Zdarsky credit for what he did. But you decide if you like the other stuff or you prefer his. It's up to you. But number 3, Titans United Blood Pact.
Okay.
The Church of Raven are villains. Hail Starfire.
Well, with the ending, I'll give you that.
No, I'm not gonna spoil this. I'm just gonna say I enjoyed the book. I'm pretty much loving the fact that it's just Titans again, all of them together. And so they're transported into like a different, like I guess a different world because of Brother Blood. But the world's basically been shaped over where basically like Raven is like the Church of Raven runs everything. So it's a cool story. All right. Number 3. And also I want to point out the reason that was at number 3 because it's only issue 2 of that. I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of issues, but so far I've been loving it.
Okay, you gotta show us what it looks like on the inside.
On the inside?
Yeah, they didn't have any of this at my shop.
Really? All right. Cover your eyes, kids. She's not wearing any pants.
Not sure how I feel about that.
So this is the daily covers, and then.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yep.
Oh, that one zombie's like harder. He's getting choked by the lasso.
Yeah. So, and then all these books have these on the back here. So.
Just in case you forget what you're reading.
Fun book. Lobo gets involved.
The main man.
The main man gets involved and just rips off a bunch of Thanagarians' heads. They're basically all possessed.
You darn bastich, whatever he.
Because the whole universe has pretty much been taken over by this. Because you know why? Adam Strange caused everything. Because he can transport between both worlds. So when he got infected, he got attacked by Wonder Woman. He had basically been off Earth. The first time the infection and the invasion came through, he had been off Earth. He had been on his planet. He mentions like one of the downsides of me using my powers, whatever, is that I go back and forth at random times. And he had to go back. He's like, "Hey, Wonder Woman! Oh God!"
Doggone Tom King, Adam Strange. Look at that one. Yeah, he just twists his head.
He's I love what he said. He's like what he says. Says, "You not turn." He's like, "Oh, I can turn. I can keep turning all the way around."
That was great.
And then he pulls the head off in the next page.
Just like snaps it off. Yeah, that is awesome.
But yeah, overall fun story. We learn there's a bigger war coming through there. They have a funeral for Wonder Woman. Diana was the only one they couldn't save. But I thought she's the first one they had the cure. Didn't they give her the cure?
No, I don't think so. They cured Superman, but not Wonder Woman.
But when they came back, remember they had what's his name's head?
Cyborg's
head.
Yeah, they cured Cyborg.
Wonder Woman was there.
No, Wonder Woman's the one that tore his head off in the first place.
Yeah, but I thought she was there when they arrived, but
I don't think so.
All right, so my number 1 book of the week.
I know what it is. I know exactly what it is.
I'll be shocked if it's not your number 1 book.
I knew when I was reading it that this was going to be yours, and because I know what's in it.
They do it. I gotta show you a panel of this, Freen.
Breen, you would like this, Breen.
Jeremy Adams is a fan of the WWF.
Yeah.
Old school WWF.
I was reading it, I was like, I never watched wrestling, but I'm reading this, I'm like, I bet Venkman is loving this, and Breen would probably get a kick out of it.
Mean Bean Woodman's and Justice Lawyer. Awesome. Yeah, so
like, we're always like, I think this is my new favorite show.
Yeah, right. And like I said, apparently I read online and an Instagram post. These are supposed to be some people he knows. The guys that focuses in.
People who knows Jeremy Adams
Jimmy
or
Adams, yeah, other comic book creators.
oh okay,
They're based off of as far as the
interesting,
flying animal stuff.
interesting.
The only problem is that is this a guest artist? Because
Yeah, yeah, that face looked a little weird. Yeah, Wally's like got a little chunky in the face.
look at his daughter. Look at
Yeah.
all.
Oh,
Why
I
they
didn't even notice his daughter.
why do
Yeah.
they all have Biden faces?
Yeah. Well, look at the guy on the other page with the
I
domino
know.
mask. That wrestler guy. He has like a really
But
weird face.
that's my only complaint about this. And then I guess I'm picking these up, even though I'm probably not going to play the game. But Gotham Knights, you get exclusive codes, and it's going to be drawn by Greg Capullo. I'm
Interesting.
not sure who else is on there, though. I think it's Greg Capullo, Evan Narcisse, or Narcisse, art by Abel, covers by Greg Capullo. So, maybe,
Oh, okay.
But it's supposed to be a prequel to the actual video game. Hey, maybe we'll explain how it's tied into Arkham Knight.
They're not in the same universe.
I know, but it's exact same.
It's the same studio, but it's a different universe. Like it could easily be a
set in
sequel.
both.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the difference?
I'm not gonna go. That's a rabbit hole that leads to the center of the earth. I'm not gonna jump down that.
Brain, you would like this. They got Macho Man Randy Savage.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. Flying
Macho
Animal drop.
Hulk, I thought he was more Hulk Hogan, but I can see the Randy Savage.
Hogan, yeah, he's just doing all the different moves. No leg drop, sadly. That would have been awesome. But overall, very fun book. If you're not a wrestling fan, you may not like it as much. It's just kind of like Do a Power Bomb in the sense where they use it as it's not the main plot, but it's added into it though. Basically, the moral of the story is that Wally learns how to relax because he's being burned out by basically being a husband and a father and also fighting crimes. So he's always falling asleep, when he gets home, crashing. All right, so there is one more book I got, but it's not on. Actually, no. Here, I think. So, 3 more books. One is a throwback. I saw there.
Hey.
So.
Very cool. That's got to be a facsimile, huh?
Well, yeah. Do you think I have this in real?
I don't know what you have. You could surprise me. You could pull a brain and just pull something out from.
It's a $4 book, and it includes all the ads, all the hijinks. It's on newsprint paper. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. I saw this. I was like, dude, that's kind of cool. I never read any old Marvel family stuff. This is this week's Walking Dead. One of the connecting covers, cover C.
Oh.
So this is the original cover.
Very
For those
nice.
who know this is issue 49. For those who have read the series, knows what's happening in issue 50. Issue 50. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody who's reading it for the first time, but there is one more book. I mean, I haven't got a chance to read it, but
another book.
But
this guy's got books all over the place.
Zach, maybe if you read this with me, we can do another review on this another day.
Okay, what is it? I didn't pick that one up.
5 little stories in here, and when I flipped through most of it, read most of it, it's actually kind of cool.
Oh, really?
It's morbid
really?
time,
bro. Morbid time.
Yeah, but looking at this, it's actually it looks kind of cool. There's your Rule Breaker Planet Hulk.
But have you read it though?
Yeah, I've read through at least 2 of the stories.
You read through 2 of them? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't through.
Okay. Well, if it's still at the LCS next week, I might pick it up. I thought about it, but ultimately decided against it. Oh, that's kind of sweet, actually. What is that, Werewolf by Night?
I'm not sure which one that is. Yeah, Werewolf by Moon Knight.
Werewolf by... Oh, okay.
That's by Rebecca. Yeah, Jeff Shaw is the artist.
Oh, okay.
Rebecca Roanhouse is the... Yeah. This is the Danny Lore story. In the very beginning, show some of this is towards the end, some of the art in here. But that's the Danny Lore. Is like the very beginning one.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it how it shows in the very beginning. It's like, welcome to the Crypt of Shadows.
Oh, wow, Ewing.
I know, right? I was like, eh. But
I don't know about that, Tim.
the other cool thing is we get the kid. Hey,
Hey,
that's the
Man-Thing.
last story. You know what it is? It's Man-Thing versus X-23.
Is she
And
naked?
yeah, because her clothes got burned off in the flames. They're trying to make her as badass as.
That's still weird to me because I have X-23 books where she's a teenager. That's weird to me. I don't like
Isn't it?
that.
Is it really weird though?
Yeah,
That
it's like watching the final Game of Thrones season where Maisie Williams was an adult, but it's still weird. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah.
the Elsa Bloodstone has well, it has Johnny Storm in here.
Hey!
It also has Spider-Man,
Hey! Best buds.
but they keep advertising this with Avengers thing. I don't care about that, but
Yeah.
that's
All right.
like I said. There's some cool stories. They're not in most part. Some are average, but like I say, I do love. Every time I keep flipping to this thing, I'm like, oh, it's one I haven't read yet, but this looks awesome.
Morbius.
This is
He's
the Chris.
morbid.
This is the Chris Cooper story, which I believe I thought that what's his name knows him or was going to buy it to support him. Skip knows Chris Cooper or something like that. But
Chris knows a lot of comic book people.
Chris
Wouldn't
does.
surprise- Skip. Did I say Chris? Skip.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the sugar from that Fanta to kick in.
Like I said, this is just weird. I'm looking at this.
That is holy mother. God, that's okay. That's weird and
So
kind of needlessly gross. I
I
don't
paid
know.
$6 for this because it's a variant, but I think normal price is like $5.
That's not a bad cover.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, the great part is that they put this on the back, so I'll never see it. It'll be covered by a whiteboard. You'll appreciate that.
Hey, that's what I would do.
So yeah, that's it for my books of the week. That's it for tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Oh, what? Hey, we actually have a porn bot in the chat. That never happens. Bam. Bam hammer. Okay. I've got some books.
See, the reason I did because I threatened to leave.
Oh, okay. So, not very often, because I try to buy good books. I try to buy books that I'm going to enjoy.
You try to buy good books.
Every now and then, something I take a chance on surprises me with how bad, or I don't want to say offensive, but it's just repulsive, maybe is a better word. So on Tuesday, when we did top 5, one of my books, I said I was excited to try because I was going to branch out and try something new. I was going to try Miracle Man #1, Miracle Man Silver Age #1 by Neil Gaiman and Mark Buckingham. I'd never read a Neil Gaiman book. I don't know what the man is like. My sister has probably read more Neil
Where
Gaiman
is
than I have.
Breen? Breen wanted to talk about this.
Yeah, Breen, where are you at? I'm bending this because I don't really care. So I started reading this last night. Now, full disclosure, I worked a 10-hour day yesterday, and then I went to church for 2 hours. So when I got home, I was dead, tired. I still managed to read like 5 or 6 comics, but I was just like out of it. So I started reading this, and I get like maybe, 4 or 5 pages into it. Didn't even get to a page with Miracle Man. There are these 2 kids. They kind of remind me of the Wonder Twins. And when it opens up, they're in New York. Maybe it's a simulator. Maybe it's actually New York City. I don't know. But they're playing in New York City, throwing each other into buildings, destroying skyscrapers, blah, 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 blah. Somebody comes to like get their attention and like take them to go see Miracle Man. It's like a mom figure type of person. And so these kids are like, apparently they're having a game, they're playing a game, or they're having a contest to see who can destroy the most skyscrapers. And there's a panel. I'm not going to open the book, but I'll pull it up on my phone. Because I took a picture because I sent it to our Twitter group because I was like, guys, I was dead tired when I read this. Am I misreading this, or is this actually what he's saying? What the little boy, it's a boy and a girl. And the boy goes, no fair counting the World Trade Center as 2 different skyscrapers. And the girl's like, you hit both of them, didn't you? And so I was like, I read that and I was like, am I out of it, or did he just like make it to where destroying the World Trade Center was a game to these kids? So I was like, well, maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired. But so I keep reading. These two kids, the page or two later, they go meet with some other friends of theirs, and this one lady is like, "Hey, who won the game?" And one of the kids goes, 5-3 if you count the World Trade Center bill. And at that point, I was just like, okay. It wasn't like offensive, but it was kind of like, have you ever used like spoiled milk to pour over sugar cereal, like Cocoa Puffs or something? And it's just like you taste the chocolate from the Cocoa Puffs, but that sour milk just like overpowers and is just like repugnant. At that point, that's kind of what it was like. Like, this could be a really good comic past the 5th page. But at that point, just like the whole World Trade Center destroying joke and having it be a game was just kind of like,
Do you know what's?
I don't like that.
You know what? I guess I'm gonna say about that.
Okay.
We were covering the boys over on Ashland Comics.
Yeah.
Garth Ennis had the World Trade in his universe. The World Trade Center's buildings are still up.
Yeah.
Because the Seven diverted the plane. They destroyed one plane. Trying to save it. It was their debut, and they totally effed it up. You'll see it in the show. The whole plane thing.
Uh-huh.
But in the comic book, instead of hitting the World Trade Center, the last plane, the last ditch effort was basically veered into the Brooklyn Bridge. Where people died there.
Yeah.
But nowhere in any of that was it considered to be a game.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. And I didn't read the full book because at that point last night, I was just like, I was too tired. I was like, I need to go to bed, I guess. And so I didn't pick it up and I didn't finish it this morning. But yeah, so if you pick this up, it's just weird. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back through. I don't know I don't know if it's actually New York City or if it's like a video game simulation, like a danger room type thing. It just seemed really weird and really kind of turned me off of the story.
It's offensive. I don't care what anybody says. It is offensive.
Is he British? I think he's British, isn't he? Or is he American?
He's British, but so is Garth Ennis is like Irish.
Though. Yeah,
Scottish, whatever. But yeah, Skip, it is tasteless.
Okay. Because that's the thing is, I was like, am I just like chasing ghosts? Am I looking like am I thinking this is more offensive than it is? But
I want to point out that people crap on Chuck, but they talk shit all about the boys being, oh, it's so offensive. What's the one thing he didn't do? Fuck with the World Trade Centers.
Yeah, so that was just off-putting to me. Like
I said, and people don't understand is that we've been going through the boys. If you've been watching, you watch all our videos or live streams on National Comics every Monday night at 11 p.m. Central. No, we've been showing you that the Garth Ennis, yes, there's a nudity, is there gore and all something else, but it's there for a reason. It's not just because he just wants to show you, glorify, hey, this is great. No, the Seven are awesome killers. No, he just shows you humanity is fucked up, and but even as bad as it gets, there's always hope.
I mean, yeah, no, and maybe, like I said, I've read 5 pages of this one and then I stopped, so I don't know if in the next 10 pages. But still, it's like you open up with that. It's just like, no, I'm gonna pass.
It wouldn't excuse that. Now, if those were villains, then you're like, haha, yeah, sure. But like,
maybe, but they're just like kids playing a game, though. So yeah, it just seemed weird.
It's not a game, Then by downrights later on, those kids should get murdered. I'm just saying. It's like you're playing with lives,
It's like, so like if you're gonna have if a kid goes and picks this up, because I'm a youth leader, I work with kids. None of them were born when 9/11 happened, so to them, like a bunch of them hear tasteless jokes and comments about this already. So then to kind of back that up with this just seems, on top of tasteless, it just also seems irresponsible. So yeah, for that, this is a dumpster book.
It's downright even Breen's having computer issues because that's how bad this book is.
Bad.
No, it is completely tasteless and offensive.
Yes.
There's no cutesy about it. It's like having with Harley Quinn. Oh, I accidentally missed and I fired the rocket. It blew up that church full of nuns. Oh, my bad. No.
It's weird, too, because I haven't seen anybody else talking about it, so I don't know if nobody else is just not reading Miracle Man or what, but I haven't seen anyone else talking about it.
No one's offended by it because no one's
reading it, I guess.
You're the
So
only one that bought it.
okay, so this is I know. I'm the one guy. My first Neil Gaiman book, and it's a
I
garbage
told
book.
you to avoid.
You did not tell me to avoid.
I said it puts me to sleep. No gaming.
Yeah, okay. There's a difference between being put to sleep and then like, hey,
But
let's destroy the World Trade Center and get
but did
points
I
for it.
buy it though?
No, you did not. I did. You're right. I'm the. I mean, it does say on top. It does say. I wonder if that's the mature content that he's talking about, making fun of destroying the World
Well,
Trade Center.
and to me, making any jokes about what destroying the World Trade Center is the same
It's
level.
tasteless.
Joking about I'm killing babies. Like
Yeah, or it's like
it's
joking
disgusting.
about any other national tragedy. It's like, no, you just come off looking like a dick. And I don't know, maybe he is. I don't know. Anyway, that was just very bad. I'm not gonna rage on that too much longer. Salty Zach has had enough time to play.
No, it wasn't Salty Zach. It's called Salty Neil Gaiman because he just wanted to do shock and awe because he's lost his touch.
Maybe.
The dude's gone so left. Look at his show on Netflix. How bad that was.
My sister actually loves that show.
I feel sorry for you. I feel for your sister. Get her to church.
Oh boy. Anyway, okay, so moving on. We had the dumpster book, and now we're gonna start at the bottom. Actually, there are a few books here that I didn't even get a chance to read yet. So, but I will show off some of the ones. All my books have the same picture on the back. Most of my books have Dwayne Johnson on the back, Black Adam. So I did pick up the new Fables book. This is issue number 156 from Bill Willingham.
Oh, Constantine.
Also with also Mark Buckingham doing the art. I'm assuming this is going to be a lot better quality of a book. Black Forest, part 6 of 12. I don't think it's Bigby. He's too fancy looking to be Bigby.
I know, because it looks more like William Regal.
Yeah, he's too fancy. So, yeah, new Fables issue. Been loving this so far. Good stuff. I did read this one, Immortal Red Sonja. I got the more manga-looking cover.
You got the more Barbie doll looking cover?
No,
that's what I call them. I don't look like manga. It looks like it just made like, this is Barbie dolls for kids.
Maybe. I don't care for the interior art in this one too much. It's kind of just a little too flat, I guess. The story is actually really good. What are you laughing at?
It's a little too flat.
Too flat. Yeah. One thing a Red Sonja book should never be is flat, sir. Anyway, no. So the opening is weird because it's the giant walking castle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But overall, the story is good. The plot twist
at the
actually caught me by surprise. I'm gonna give Dan Abnett points for that plot twist. I did not see that coming. There was a moment in the middle of the story where she's talking to the chainmail, and the chainmail says something that's like it feels weird,
like
and it's just like what's going on there? Oh well, maybe it's nothing. Then you get to the end of the book, and you're like, holy smokes! Didn't see that coming, so good on you for surprising me, Dan Abnett. I always like it when I'm genuinely surprised in a comic.
I am too. I'm surprised when I find a good comic.
That was lazy. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Anyway, Titans United, Blood Pact, number 2. Boring issue. This should actually be under Red Sonja. I was actually bored.
Notice in the corner up there it says Titans, and yes, they'll be being reviewed. The new season on the Geeky Puppet Show.
Gotta. Oh, hey, by the way, I saw a clip. Bernard will be mentioned. Tim does talk about Bernard. He takes a selfie of himself with a bow staff to send to Bernard. He's apparently like a Star Labs employee who made him a bow staff. So
we'll find out.
He gave him a giant stick. So have fun watching that show, Vinkman. Anyway, yeah, this was boring. I'm sorry. I know you were talking about it. It was in your top 5. This was, God. You don't need to spend that many pages telling me how or why Tim is in another dimension. Just give me some action.
It's issue 2.
I get that, but you don't need to spend a whole issue giving me exposition. There was some action. Okay, I'll give you that. But there's like 2 Titans in this whole issue. Like, you can have more. You've got a team of like 7 or 8 Titans to play with.
Think about it this way. It's like Justice League. Remember, after they're all on different worlds?
Yeah,
maybe they're in different parts.
No, all the rest are in the other one. This is just Tim. But whatever. It was boring. I'm sorry.
I didn't see Bernard in there, so I'm happy.
There was
Okay?
no Bernard. There was there was Mammoth. Spoilers. Minor spoilers. There was Mammoth who
I'm
was
shocked that
actually
Mav isn't. He was in a Flash book early this year, so why would he not be in the other book?
he's the Teen Titans bad guy.
I know.
And he was actually one of my favorites from when I used to watch the cartoon. I actually like the fearsome vibe, so it was kind of cool seeing
All
him
right,
again.
so
Anyway, moving on. How many do I have left? Am I in my 5 yet? No, I'm in 6. Okay. My number 6 book. I got this cover right here. Thor number 26. Actually, this cover has grown on me. I thought it was kind of vanilla, kind of mid at first, but now I really like it. Because you can see like Venom's claws ripping into Thor. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this was a really good issue. I enjoyed it. Yeah, the stuff going on with Thor and Venom and the symbiotes and just the way they're combining and crossing over is really cool. Thor is not brooding, I'm a bad king. No, he's actually like all father Thor. There's a really cool scene in the comic. It reminds me of that scene from what is it, Ragnarok, where he's like, I'm not the god of hammers, and he just like goes bananas with the lightning. Really cool. Really cool stuff. And they like when he fights this other evil symbiote, they're able to use like sound from thunder and lightning, which are like the symbiote's 2 weaknesses. Really cool stuff. I really enjoyed this. Very cleverly done.
It's called a thunderclap.
A thunderclap. Yeah, it was an awesome. And then the ending was also really cool, where that little bit of melted. What is it? Melted Uru and the Promethium and the symbiote. That little liquid just like disappears and where it goes.
Little worm. Yep. Yeah, I said.
That was actually Donnie Cates. That was actually pretty good. That was pretty good. Very gross. It looked very gross, but it was really cool.
All right, so.
Okay.
All right.
Now we're in the top 5. Number 5, Flashpoint Beyond, the finale. Remember last time when issue 5 was out and we were all like, oh boy, is Jeff Johns going to save? Is he going to bring Thomas Wayne into the... No. But what he does do with Thomas Wayne is actually, I thought he ended it really well. I think that this whole story was wrapped up very nicely. It also, there are some little Easter eggs, some little end credit scenes, so-called, that I think are going to go forward leading into the Justice Society books that he's got coming up with DC. Also, there's a Doomsday Clock. Doomsday Clock is coming back!
There's a Watchmen reference, too.
I know. I think Doomsday Clock is going to come back for a round 2. Where's that guy that used to hate Doomsday Clock? I look forward to seeing him again.
Where's the JSA?
The JSA is coming, and apparently they're going to be fighting Decaton, who's one of my favorite JSA
If
villains.
it's Jeff Johns and Josh Williamson working on the JSA, and then I would love to have 2 ongoing titles to JSA.
See, but they tried the last time they tried that. There was JSA and there was JSA All Stars, and one of them was definitely better than the other one.
I'm just saying, I want Jeremy Adams on the book.
I want Jeremy Adams to write Justice League International. That's what I want Jeremy Adams to write.
But
there was some really cool. Europe International, tomato. There was some really cool stuff in here, though. Some cool. The main story ends and wraps up really nicely between Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne, the new Two-Face, the new Robin. Lots of cool. Like the way it wraps up is really nicely done. Happy ending. And Rip Hunter, yeah, he's a dick. But then there's that little kid with the coonskin hat, and there's a scene where the little kid is attacking Batman. He throws his hat, and it's actually a raccoon.
Yeah, it's the whole time.
Batman's like, oh, that's new.
All right, kids.
I'm sorry.
It's time for a minute with Eric.
Oh, he's here. He made it.
Hello, Eric.
A minute with Breen.
Hello.
Hi, Breen. Did you miss my rant?
No, I didn't. I was listening to that while my computer was showing its age more than I do.
Was it a stone computer like the stone television sets in the Flintstones cartoon?
No, it was a computer that was designed by Neil Gaiman, slow and sluggish.
And I had my IT guy spend like 4 hours, working on it the other night. It's just on its last legs. Okay, now I'm gonna take a stab at not defending, but explaining what happened in that book.
Sure.
All right, let's go.
Did you read it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Look, I didn't read the full thing, so if there's something I'm missing, I'm happy to.
My problem with it was peak 2022 comics where nothing really happens other than just the setup. Now, was that tasteless? Yes, but if the direction I think the book is going to take, it'll make sense.
Okay.
Later in the book, they bring back Miracle Boy. I think his name was Dickie Dauntless or something like that. And I can't remember what his actual other name was, and he's been in a coma for 40 years. They had to clone a new body, and he's been basically gone since 1963. Mm-hmm. Now, I think, when this was written, there might have still been trade centers. I'm not sure, but either way, and they take him to meet the new people and everything. And at the end, he goes, what, he's real nice when they're all face to face, but in private, he's like, why do you have a colored guy? And in this, he basically is like showing his prejudices. Mm-hmm. What I think is going to happen is that's going to be the one guy that ends up being redeemable at the end of the series, because when someone asked about the governments of the world, I think it was Miracle Man says, "Oh no, they're all gone. It's just me." So he rules the world.
Oh, okay.
And I'm guessing that his kids, he's got like a 20-year-old daughter who looks like she's 5. And these other little kids, they have no sense of right, wrong, moral, no moral compass. Mm-hmm. So to them, I'm sure that's nothing. It's just part of a game.
Right.
And I think that's when the series unfolds, you're going to find out that he is just basically, a tyrant that, it's
okay.
I was getting a Homelander vibe.
Okay. I was thinking, as you were saying that, I was thinking of Superman from the Injustice series, kind of like that tyrant figure. Okay.
Now, the problem with that is I'm not happy with that direction to take Miracle Man either.
Yeah.
I don't think that was Alan Moore's intent. I mean, he was graphic in the violence, and yes, he had more power than, anybody has a right to have. Mm-hmm. But I don't, if Alan Moore had continued with that, I don't think he was going to end up being, what was it? The guy from Irredeemable, Mark Waid's series, where the Superman character just basically decides, I'm going to be bad now. And then the bad guy has to turn good to try to stop him. Very good series, by the way.
Okay.
Irredeemable and Uncorruptible or Incorruptible, whichever.
See, you see Irredeemable, I go to Eric O'Grady, man.
That's what I was thinking the same thing.
No. The books I'm talking about are actually good. But
see, you said something I completely forgotten about that. This was a story that they say it was written like 23 years ago, so it would have been before 9/11.
Now maybe he should have changed that, but
yeah.
You think about it, when you've got these kids that basically the world is their playground, and you remember they also said that everything will be okay as long as we put it all back together by tomorrow morning.
Yes, I do remember them saying that.
So tasteless, yes, but it could be, this book could end up being interesting.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't like the idea of the so-called benevolent dictator who's actually a piece of shit behind the scenes, because it's been done. Now, once upon a time, Neil Gaiman was a writer of some note. Our esteemed guy looks like the 19th century Undertaker, loves his work. Now, we'll find out. I'm going to stick with it for at least a couple more issues to see where this goes, but I don't think. Yeah, I said I can understand the reaction,
Yeah.
but I think there's more to it than just that. I would recommend just at least finishing the book.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'll go back and I'll reread. I'll go through the whole issue. Because yeah, I did not see. I didn't finish it, so I was, you're telling me all that stuff, and then like I said, I just recalled as you were saying that it was written like 20 something years ago. So yeah, it could have been changed. It could have been altered, but yeah, I'm gonna go give it a. I'll give it a second pass.
I just think it's kind of funny that I missed that joke that you slept on this book. Because you went to bed, you read half it, and you fell asleep.
Oh, I read the first 5 pages. I didn't even do
I know.
half.
The Sandman writer put you to sleep.
Yeah, don't sleep on this book. It might be valuable someday. You don't want to get it wrinkled.
Well, good to know. Yeah, no, I'll go back. I'll give it its day in court, and then yeah, if it's interesting, yeah, maybe I'll stick around.
Yeah,
for
I said,
issue
yeah, if it bores you senseless, quit it because it bores you senseless. But
right,
like I said, I don't think there are plenty of things that writers do in comics to piss people off. I'm not sure that that's what Neil Gaiman's intent was. I think if anything, he's probably just oblivious. But like I said, I'm hoping that I'm just hoping it gets more interesting. But it has the potential to, because once he dropped the line that he's basically the government for the world,
yeah,
and the guy that's been in a coma for 40 years. He's the only one that has enough power. It has even close enough power to stop him. So,
yeah,
I think you might see a case where he realizes he's been wrong about everything, like including his idol worship of Miracle Man and how he feels about people that don't look like him.
yeah.
And I think that might be where the story goes: is can he be redeemed, and can he bring anybody with him? Because at some point,
that could be interesting. Yeah.
If this is the tack they're taking with Miracle Man, he's going to have to be stopped at some point.
Yeah.
Who will stop him?
That's what I'm saying. Miracle Boy, who is very powerful. Yeah, it's sort of like Shazam. Well, it was based on the Marvel family.
Yeah, as that sounds like.
And it was. I mean, it was basically a more grown-up take on the Marvel family, only that a Miracle Man was an adult, not a child, but it's basically that the family idea. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I said it's it's definitely more interesting than most of the stuff I'm getting, certainly from the big two, which
I mean, it's like this where they went against Black Adam.
What?
He's got it right there on his couch, doesn't he? I know he does.
I do indeed.
Now, is that the facsimile or is that the original?
He's got the facsimile.
No, it's the facsimile.
Oh, knowing Brain, he could very well have.
No, you know, if it was the real one, it would be about the size of a magazine because they were.
Okay. And also wouldn't be in that great condition.
You got that right.
That's true.
I'll tell you what.
Put it in a frame, like behind glass and everything.
You read this, right, Ben?
I haven't had a chance to. I picked it up, and then I said I went through all my books. I'm saving this, so I mean, if you want to do a review of it, I'm happy to.
Well, do you mind, Zach, if I cut in for a second?
Go for it. Ahead. Actually, I need to step away for a second. I need to go make sure my house isn't burning down. I smell smoke. It might be my fireplace.
All right.
So I'll be right back.
No, that's
all right.
They obviously did this because Black Adam is in a story here.
Yes.
And holy crap, for a Fawcett book that was usually just saccharin and syrup, this takes a dark twist. Okay, maybe Zach did.
No, I put him back. I put him back behind stage so we can see more of this. So they can see it side by side, holding the same book.
Yeah. Let's just say that it doesn't end well for Black Adam. Oh hell! It's spoil a 75-year-old story.
Go ahead.
They trick him into saying Shazam, which turns him back into Teth Adam, and Shazam knocks him out. And as he's lying on the ground, he ages to dust because once he turned human, he aged up to the 5,000 years old that he was.
Yep.
And the wizard's like, ha ha, you're dead. I mean, that's pretty. Yeah, I was not expecting that
No,
because I'd never read the story.
but I like it's got Boxcar Benny and all the other comic books in the back here too.
That's why these are so much fun. It's got everything because it.
For $4. I mean, heck, man. I mean, I'm digging it. You know, all different guys in here. So
Obviously, Black Adam gets better, but that was like I said, that was a twist I didn't see coming in a I think it's 1945 comic book.
no, it's like I said, I love the fact they're actually going back and using the actual paper they used to for the newsprint.
Mm-hmm.
Can imagine if they printed this on the normal they use today, it just wouldn't have that feeling. Wouldn't have that authenticity.
Well, that's not newsprint, but I get what you're saying.
It's paper. Unlike the other ones, where like a gloss. Like,
yeah, but Zach, I definitely recommend this. You should pick this up and
the Marvel family.
Yeah, and any facsimile you can get your hands on because they are so much fun.
Good to know. Awesome. Yeah, I heard y'all I had this on, so yeah, I heard the story. I was like, oh my god, that is dark for an old Fawcett comic. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Baby Marvel. Yeah, there's all yeah, it's weird. And I just noticed that in the back it says Only Mechanics Illustrated. Oh.
Very cool.
Is it too late? I want to start my subscription.
Yeah,
the deadline was yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. The deadline was yesterday.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up with these top 4 that I got left here, and then I have a few back issues that I found. No, guys, it wasn't marijuana smoke. It was my fireplace. It got down to like 37 degrees this morning. It's chilly outside.
What?
So instead of turning the heater on and smelling that burnt dust smell, I decided to light up the fireplace. And there's
it got the 37 degrees by you?
36 yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
what? Go ahead.
I can't complain. Right now it is basically 43 here, but guess what? The next couple days, 70 again. Yay!
Hey. Apparently I'm the Snoop Dogg of the puppet show. According to Rhaegar. Thanks, little Rhaegar. Anyway.
He can't. He's white. That'd be racist. Wearing blackface.
Anyway. Number 4 is the Moon Knight. Issue 16.
You got cover A.
I got the cover A. Blah, blah, blah. No. Whatever. I actually really enjoyed this issue. I like the whole back and forth because where he's meeting with the vampire and then Hunter's Moon. The stuff with Hunter's Moon, actually, like at the end, I was not expecting that.
That guy had like everything but anything else. Pretty much everything but the kitchen sink stabbed into him.
Like pipes and knives and blades and stuff sticking at him. Yeah, dude could take a hit. No, really cool. I actually like seeing that Jed MacKay has like a longer story arc plan because after the whole Zodiac arc, I didn't know if he had a plan, if it's just going to be a bunch of short stories or whatever, or like an introspective look at Moon Knight. So I'm glad he has like a bad guy. The bad guy has a long game, and I like seeing that. So really, really good issue with Moon Knight, and the ending I thought was really cool.
Let's just say the ending. I got neck pains.
Lobo shows up, right? All right. Venkman's about to be shocked. Are you ready to be amazed? My number 3.
Wait, you got a Power Man issue from like back in the day?
Man. There was no. Oh no, back issues don't count towards this. My number 3 book is Flash. Not my number 1 this week.
I'm trying to remember when it came out. There's no dinosaur Max this week.
There's no dinosaurs. There's no robots. There's no zombies. There's no cheesecake.
Is there the All in Avengers number 2?
No,
Is that
that was last
okay,
week.
I was just trying to think. What else is there?
So this is still a great issue. Don't let me deceive you by this not being number one. This is still a great issue.
That's funny, Rhaegar.
Son of a bitch. That was actually good. No, this was a great issue. Jeremy Adams really did. He does a good job. The one reason this isn't my number one book is it is very much a filler story. Which is fine. I like filler stories. But it was, and also I'm not a big wrestling buff like Venkman is. Like
I gotta say though, the whole wrestling announcer thing was kind of cool, but I was like, why is me and Gina doing commentary with Jerry Lawler? Like,
yeah,
it should have been like something like an ode to Gorilla Monsoon, or
see, I don't know who the heck you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it was cool. I did really enjoy like the beginning of it. I like the family stuff. So when he shows like him watching Saturday morning cartoons with his kids and stuff, I really like that. And then where he's like, you need to find Space Hulk Hogan is like, you need to find some you time, bro. You need to like find something that gives you life. And so
it's hard to tell me because he kind of came off as Hogan and a little bit as as Macho Man.
A little bit, right? But still, look, it's still very much a great issue. Jeremy Adams is one of like the 3 writers at DC that I trust. Really good. It's just a filler issue. It's just right now we're kind of in between. Yeah. It's not we're out of the Dark Crisis tie-in story, and then it's before the 1 Minute War story. He's got one coming up, which looks phenomenal. It's a good one shot. You got a really good one shot right here. So if you haven't tried Jeremy Adams Flash yet, you got nothing to lose. Self-contained story. Give it a shot.
The only thing I'm disappointed there was no Slim Jims or any beef jerky sticks.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Also, I don't like seeing Barbara Gordon with Dick Grayson.
Do you notice that too? They're cuddling on a couch watching the event.
Starfire, you bastards! No.
Get over it.
Speaking.
Hey, maybe Starfire can settle for Changeling.
No, Changeling. Beast Boy. You almost got me to say it. Beast Boys with Raven.
Now that makes me question. Please don't tell me Nightwing's your number one book.
No, God no. Who do you think I am? Anyway, number 2 book, Deceased. War of the Undead Gods, number 3, the Jim Lee. Oh, actually, this is Dan Mora. It's the homage to.
Okay, so now I know what your number 1 is. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is good. So if this is a good issue, you've got the first part is very much an action book with Lobo. Lobo is just a blast to read. I like seeing Robo.
What's with the guilt trip here?
I'm not a wrestling fan, guys. I don't know I'm sorry. I was born in that era. I should be, but I'm not.
Just coming in here like, oh, you don't. Where's my books that I read? I like. Why are you just talking about your books?
I'm sorry, twin. I'm so sorry. I'm just not a wrestling fan. No, DC though was really good. I especially like the stuff where Ares shows up towards the end, and the stuff with his little exchange with Green Arrow I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, we find out that the life death equation or whatever Darkseid used that turned everybody into zombies actually has an more ancient origin. So it's got like bigger stakes coming down the line. Looks really cool. So I really enjoyed that issue. But and that stuff with Adam Strange, man, that was sad kind of. I felt bad for the guy. His poor family. Anyway,
so
final book.
One question though. Do we call her Green Canary?
Yeah, that's her name. And the story is Green Canary.
It's not Green Canary.
It's been Green Canary since the first volume.
Okay, because I see him calling her Green Lantern. I wasn't sure if we were calling her now Green Canary in that issue.
No, they've been calling her Green Canary since Hal
died. Got there, Mr. Brain. I see some Empire Strikes Back with a little bit of Yoda on it.
Yeah, I'm working on.
Hold on, Zach. Sorry, we got to look at something better.
It's a mask.
Nice.
With mugs and everything. Look at that.
There's a Vampirella 100.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. How long are you gonna have those?
Long enough to hide from you.
Till I get them done and get the sale ready.
All right.
Are these the same books that you were pricing from last week?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's a lot of books.
There's 60. 20 of them are stuff that's anything. Well, I 2 boxes ago, I put $550 on one magazine. The box I just did was full and didn't add up to $550. So
Dang.
in case you're curious, it's Marvel Preview number 7, which has the first Rocket Raccoon story in it.
Yes.
Hulk
Ooh.
271 is not the first Rocket Raccoon; it's just the first comic book appearance.
It wasn't. I'm trying to think. Was Star-Lord in the 9?
Star-Lord, first one was number 4.
That was number 4. Okay,
And that was in there too. That's like $375 in mint. This one was damn close. I think I put $290.
I can't think of for some reason. I thought at 7 was Star-Lord, but I thought it's Rocket Raccoon. You said?
Yeah, and there's a few more. There's like 5 Star-Lords in Marvel Preview.
Around, yeah. Don't give away my secrets, okay?
Alrighty.
This is actually a green screen behind me. I'm just driving right now.
Pretty good considering you've been using your hands to show books all night.
That's because I'm in the back of the limo.
Are you ready to see my number 1 book?
Glender's like $550 for one magazine. That stuff
This
is
stuff
free.
is free.
It's free online. Why would you pay that much for physical?
You sound like RDV whenever we talk about NFTs. Like, just print it. Find it online and print it.
NFT actually is a scam compared
It
to like a comic book, physical comic book.
Okay. Number 1 book of the week. My book of the week. Number 1 book. Venkman's about to be jealous because he couldn't get it this week.
I'll get it next week and I'll get the better cover.
Yeah, this is the only cover they had available. There was this, and then there was like the really weird one, the plain one where Batman had like the little cat ears. They didn't have the one with the rogues galleries on them that I really wanted.
That's what I'll go over next year.
Who cares about the cover, though? It's the interior that I want to talk about. Dang it, this is a good story.
Kid Flash?
Kid
What?
Flash, Donna Troy, Aqualad. Anyway, that was terrible.
Did you read Aqualad?
Never doing that again. They're actually only in the first couple of pages. No, this is actually this was really cool. The story focusing on Boy Thunder over here. There's a reason they call him Boy Thunder.
Because of Roy.
Because he actually, whenever something hits him, the way his body is coming in from the alternate dimension, his body responds by making a thunderclap. But then, yeah, Roy does call him Boy Thunder.
It's his heat powers. He lets him out, and because he heats the area around him. And it causes so with a thunder does lightning, it causes the boom noise.
Yeah, because he's coming from.
But the reason they call him Boy Thunder, Roy said, is a dig at Robin because Robin likes Boy Wonder.
No, he doesn't like Boy Wonder. He hates being called.
I know, but he says though it's copyright infringement.
So anyway, Dan Mora's art is fantastic. This whole issue really makes me care a lot more about this character than I thought I would. Just the way he's treated. He's got his origin story, I guess we can call it, is you see how traumatic it was for him. The story later on is the Key shows up to terrorize Gotham City, and Batman has the supers, which is Superman, Supergirl, and Boy Thunder.
They got to direct them from the cave because they're locked in the cave. They can't get out. So he calls Superman, hey, can you come over?
So it's just really, really well written. The way he wrote Boy Thunder, the way he writes Supergirl helping him out. There's even some follow-up on, what happened to Supergirl and Robin after Supergirl lost him in the time stream. And then it also leads into this story arc that he's got, like the next issue coming up, where we find out the Key was really just acting as a front man for another
villain.
Slightly.
Let's not spoil it because I don't want to spoil it because once you find out who it is, you're like, wait, how did that person get that? But
you're either gonna roll your eyes like me because you don't want to see this guy, or you might be excited. and I am kind of a little bit excited.
I'm
Just
excited
because the story has been written so well so far. I gotta think that it's gonna
the
continue.
reason I'm excited because it's the first time I've personally seen Mark Waid writing this character.
Oh, you might be right. You might
I
be
don't
right
read,
on
I don't
that.
read a lot of Batman, but
You might be right on that actually. So those are my new books for the week. I did get some back issues actually recently. I found out that my city has a second LCS that's been hidden from me for like 5 years, and I had no idea. And they have a really, really great back issue section. So I went over there and just kind of went crazy. Found some back issues. I found some West Coast Avengers recently read here on the Geeky Puppet Show.
what?
Ancient Egypt Rocks with Doctor Strange and the Fantastic Four. What's that? That's number...
Hawkeye, man.
Also found this one with the frame.
Look at all the people.
All the little people.
Hey, we don't use that term in here.
All the midgets. Also found
There
this.
you go.
First issue of
Wait, is that from today? Like, is that from this year?
No, this is the George Perez Kurt Busiek run.
I know. The Heroes Reborn.
Don't even joke, man. Jeez, don't even. Got this one. This would be problematic if people knew what the Phantom. If more people knew what the Phantom Rider did.
He was a crappy Moon Knight knockoff.
Very, very crappy Moon Knight. Also found this. I was looking for this for my collection. I had the first issue, but I found issue number 2 before Jeff Johns' name was even on the front cover.
I'm going to tell you right now, you need to start reviewing Stargirl with us.
I need to get caught up. I'm 2 episodes behind.
They just introduced a character, and holy crap!
Never mind. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
I'm just saying, it's going to look like JSA in Milwaukee.
Don't tell me. Also found some Wonder Womans, also from Perez and Jimenez.
What? 2 artists on the same book?
2 artists, dude. The Wonder Woman covers were phenomenal.
Are those Adam Hughes, or who is it supposed to be?
Yeah. I was looking for one because this was like a day or 2 after I saw Breen. Cool. Breen had a Wonder Woman where it had Donna and Cassie on the cover with. So I was looking for that one. This one I really liked, where she's talking with Lois. I like that cover. And then I found some of my favorite books from when I first got into DC Comics. This is one of my first series.
I just want to point out that previous book you had up there with Superman looking bored. That's all he is today because they don't focus on the guys anymore. Unless
don't worry.
You got to change them.
Wait for January. I love these first covers for Teen Titans because
Tim Drake Uncaged. Ooh.
Tim Drake with Beast Boy. Yeah, well it shows it shows the young Justice members with their like Teen Titan mentors.
Thank
you,
look
Rhaegar. At Robin. Look at Robin in the background going, ew, girls.
Thank you, Rhaegar. I've been saying do a barrel roll every time I hear someone says do a powerbomb. I think of Star Fox.
And this one, I always like this cover here where they're fighting the Justice League.
Look who's over the corner.
This takes place at the same time as the Ed Benez Justice League run. So yeah, some fun back issues that I found. So a lot of good stuff. Mike McCone art, love it. So anyway, that's all I got.
Did that new LCS have the Wonder Woman where the modern Wonder Woman is looking in a mirror and her reflection is the Golden Age Wonder Woman?
I didn't see that one. He says they update their back issue stock all the time, so maybe he will.
It would be on the wall because it's $100 book.
Oh well, I didn't. Yeah,
it's like that. It's like the Catwoman mugshot cover.
Oh, okay.
Or the couple of Zatannas.
So here's something that's funny. I just discovered this like about a week ago. I just kind of rolled my eyes at this.
Okay. You might want to make yourself.
No, this used to be called midgets. They call it midgies now.
Miggies. That's what I'm
saying. They did that because they didn't want to offend midgets.
Miggies.
How dumb this is.
Oh boy.
I know, right?
Brownie says, I have that issue of Heroes Reborn for Avengers. The run with Perez and Busiek is one of the best modern age Avengers. I agree with that, actually.
I also found this too in Walmart. 3 Jokers. Batman.
Yeah. Very cool. Very
So,
cool.
So that was kind of cool.
Nice.
Like all the figures you get in there. So all through Todd McFarlane stuff. Been
Oh, is that
loving these.
McFarlane toys or
McFarlane
whatever?
toys.
Do I have anything else over here?
So
I don't think I do. I think I showed this last week when I got it. I think I showed the Fantastic Four.
hold on. Is that the one where she has short hair and she looks like the girl from?
No, this is not
Sun
that
Music?
one. Is that an old cover or is that a new cover that's coming up?
That's from 2006.
2006. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
no.
every time I see it though, it's that was it Julie something? What was her name? The one from Sound of Music?
Julie Andrews, you uncultured heathen.
I hate that movie. Why would I remember who it is?
It's a piece of cinematography history.
Doesn't mean it's good.
Whatever. This is Skip knows that I got this. There's a funny story about me reading Fantastic Four recently,
Don't
but
you
you'll have
guys
to
have-
you'll have
speak
to
of-
wait until later tonight to hear that story.
All right, and where is that going to be? Is that going to be on YouTube or on Twitch?
That's gonna be, I believe, on both. I know for sure that we're gonna be on Twitch. I don't know if Skip mirrors it to YouTube or not. I think he does, but I've thought a lot of things recently and been wrong.
By the way, Zach, the only Julie Andrews movie Venkman would care about would be S.O.B.
SOB?
Yeah, have you ever heard of that?
No, I don't think so.
It's a movie.
Keep yourself.
Do you know who Blake Edwards was?
Like, it sounds familiar.
He was a producer
Okay.
or director. I can't remember. He was married to Julie Andrews.
Oh, okay.
And SOB is one of those satirical romps that was star-studded. But one of the things that Julie Andrews did, because her image was so wholesome, just about at one point in the movie, she goes and showed off her two friends.
That's why the hills are alive in that movie more than
Yes, they were.
Sick.
Well,
I
they were freed.
I mean, I'm just saying she got me singing. All right.
Oh God!
It's one of the funniest movies. The guy that played Bert from Soap was in it. William Holden. It's a great movie.
Okay.
Highly recommend it.
I'll have to be on the lookout for that one.
But real quickly though,
Skip says it will be live on Twitch tonight, and then he'll
Right
upload
after
it
this?
to YouTube.
Like
No,
after-
not right after this. It's gonna be, I think it'll be around 11 o'clock Central, because we're going
Oh,
off
that.
of Pacific time.
Cool.
So I can actually tell you exactly. Give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail here. And I'll have
so
it for
tomorrow
you.
night is Marvel Spotlight #2.
Marvel Spotlight #2. That's right. It's which one is that? That's not Dracula. We did Dracula.
First Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night. That's the one.
And it'll just be the three of us because Pixel won't be around.
I
Wah wah.
like Glenser. That's a good one.
And SOP Julie Andrews was made. Ha ha!
Spoonful
Glenser.
medicine.
That was a good one. That was a good one, Glinzer. Tip my hat to you, sir. No, so yeah, Skip and Tosh, we will be on his Twitch channel tonight at 11 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Pacific. And we're going to be talking about Hickman's Fantastic Four. We're covering the second volume.
Is Ash going to be on with you?
I believe he is. I believe we did tonight specifically to accommodate Mr. On Comics. This is his first time reading the Hickman run, from what I understand.
So that means if you wake up in the middle of the night at like 4 o'clock, it'll still be going, so you can tune in then.
I mean, 4 hours later, right?
Right. But yeah, we're going to be covering, it'll be 575 through 578. And,
Channel's going to be called Skip and Tosh.
Skip and Tosh. One word.
But
Skip.
it's not on YouTube at midnight, right?
No, it's going to be
Okay.
live on Twitch. So
He's
same
gonna- he's
channel
gonna-
name. Skip
he said
and
he's
Tosh.
gonna stream tonight, and then he'll upload it for tomorrow.
Either
sometime later
tonight,
tomorrow, yeah.
late tonight, or early tomorrow. Yeah. So you'll be able to catch it then if you're not over on Twitch. So, but yeah, we're going to be talking about it. We did a retrospect on his first trade paperback, his first collection. I think it was 4 or 5 issues. We did that a few weeks ago. And then it took me forever to find the second volume. And then we got Ash reading it now. So we're kind of, Ash and Skip got me onto the Brubaker hype, and now me and Skip got Ash onto the Hickman hype. So
Then me and Jimmy will get him onto the Bendis hype. Let's get it.
what hype?
Ultimate Spider-Man, bro.
There is no hype for Bendis anymore. Well,
Bendis,
okay.
yeah. Avengers?
Ultimate Spider-Man, New Avengers. Okay, yeah, all right. But yeah, so over on Twitch, Rhaegar, it's gonna be Skip and Tosh, just like his name is listed here. And so, like I said,
He's
that'll
the
be
only guy who has all the videos complaining about the Kings losing.
I can't say anything.
I'm sure they've already gotten a good start on this year.
But anyway, that's gonna be later tonight. Really looking forward to that. And I think that's all I've got. I don't know if you've got anything else you want to show off or do, but
I do have one.
oh, you got one of the toy things.
Yeah. A while back. I just never opened it up, though.
Very cool.
Jeff Johns, Andy Kubert. So,
Hubert.
yeah. Apparently, I guess they're going to do the rest of them. I guess these are future titles they're going to put here.
Oh, okay.
That'd be cool if they did like actually comics and stuff with the little toy and stuff.
I think they can pick a better issue for Wonder Woman than an
Like
84
Super Sons.
tie-up.
Give me Super Sons. You know, the only problem I was like, I really don't even want the toy. Look how small that is.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about. I mean, it doesn't look like one of the. You know how a lot of action figures these days have like a million.
I think I paid like
joints to 'em?
I think I paid like $12 for this.
Oh, that seems like $12 too much. I mean,
Well, it's
part
a
of
book,
that is probably because of inflation too. So
the book, and then the toy and stuff. You know,
I'm thinking
Like-
I would pay maybe $8 for a book and a toy, but maybe
like I don't
that's too
understand the
much.
thought process besides page punchers. I mean, unless
Does
the
it
book
have-
I really hate, like it's Harley Quinn, I'll punch the book.
Does that have the? That doesn't have pages that like tear out or anything, huh?
I
Of
don't
the
think
book.
so. I've never opened
Okay.
it.
I thought one of them did, but I could be wrong.
Let me
People
open it.
raged on Twitter about the Green Lantern page puncher because of the comic book that was included. What was the comic book that was included with the Green Lantern one? Was it
I
like
don't
an Ethan Van Sciver Green Lantern book? Because that's the only reason I could
I
see.
don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. I mean,
If it was like the Rebirth.
the Batman one is right behind me. That's it begins here. That's Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee. Yeah.
Venkman would treat the book like Joker treats Harley Quinn normally.
Actually, I was more like Hank Pym to just slap the book, you know. Or
Oh,
Will
that was
Smith.
a light. That wasn't a backhand. You got to backhand it, man. Just
I don't want to ruin the book, man.
Well,
this is a good book. This is Flashpoint.
so he treats his books nicer than Hank Pym treats Jan.
Well, yeah. If it's a book I didn't like, then I take it one step further. I'd light Jan on fire.
The guy at my LCS where I pull my books, he told me that there's gonna be, I forget the name of the series. There's a Batman series I think that's coming out where they're gonna have more Fortnite codes or video game codes or something.
Oh yeah, EVS Green Lantern. Yeah, of course.
it was
it'll be,
EVS Green Lantern.
because
Yep.
they were pulling a lot of the New 52 stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, this is Rebirth. This wasn't New 52.
Was he Rebirth?
Rebirth was pre New
Oh, that's right. He
52.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I thought he like left
I think
after
he did come back. He did do something on Rebirth, I think, though.
because
I thought he did.
I remember him in the early 2000s. Wasn't he over
No,
there?
he was there until about 20. He lasted about a year after the election.
But when did he start? Like 2007?
No, he'd been there for longer before that.
He done a lot of Green. He was there for Green Lantern Rebirth, which was
Okay.
2005.
2005, maybe. Yeah,
Wait,
2006.
Rebirth 2005?
No, not
No,
Rebirth.
not
Not, the
DC
Rebirth you're
Rebirth.
thinking of. Not
Oh.
DC Rebirth.
When they
Oh,
finally brought Hal Jordan back to being Green Lantern, because he'd been the Spectre.
When Hal
Uh,
Jordan came back to life.
All right. So they saying they
You know,
used the
it's-
name Rebirth twice?
2000s.
Yeah.
What?
Three times actually, because Flash had a Rebirth too. That Jeff Johns wrote, and I think Van Sciver did the art for that one too.
Yeah, you have to put paper on any hands for you
I
to
think he
slap.
did,
No, if I'm gonna slap somebody, I do the Bugs Bunny. I put a brick inside the glove.
Of course, you realize this means wah.
Yeah. Older Flash. I don't know. See, I always figured EVS was the Green Lantern guy.
He
Even
was
Jeff
Green
Johns.
Lantern. He did do Flash. I think it was when Barry came back.
It was. That
It was
that
when
was
Barry
the
came back?
purpose of it, yeah.
And then before that, the only thing I know he was on was he did Grant Morrison's New X-Men at Marvel.
He did some issues of Impulse.
Okay.
That wasn't him in EVS. You know, it was EVS, and I guess was it Johns that they brought back the original. The first time we thought it was Barry turned out to be Eobard Thawne posing as Barry.
No, that wasn't him.
That wasn't him. That was
this
Lois,
was legitimately bringing him back because Jeff Johns wants everything to be like it was in the Silver Age.
True, yeah, and that's one of the reasons I've kind of like avoided certain titles by him. But I mean, JSA, I've been reading that and enjoying that. He hasn't fully taken over in the book I've been reading though. I think.
Is it still Goyer? Are you still on the Goyer books?
I'm on the
Goyer books are good.
But he was co-founder.
I'm not saying that Jeff Johns isn't a great writer because he is.
Well, no, I've been reading the Flash though.
But I said, for those of us, we had Wally for so long that even though I'd been reading for 9 years before Barry was killed, Wally was my Flash. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I was okay if Kyle Rayner remained Green Lantern forever too.
True.
Because Hal, people forget these guys. I'm not gonna say they were as boring as I once said, but there's a reason why they passed the torch mantle down to other characters because they weren't terribly interested. They were than he was as a character because he was what people aspired to be, to live up to. Mm-hmm. And Hal, all the interesting aspects of Hal's personality were added posthumously. And so when they brought him back, at least he had some personality, but Hal I'm less bothered by than Barry. I don't think Barry should have ever come back.
Yeah. I gotta say, I definitely do. I mean, Wally was, not through the comics. Actually, no, Wally was the Flash who was in the comics when I
just want to point out to Ash, if you're listening, Barry's a legacy character. Jay is the Flash.
Jay was the first Flash.
Yes, Barry's a legacy.
And then there's Barry, and then there's Wally.
Yep.
I like Jay and Wally way more than Barry.
Well, where it's differently as far as the whole thing with I think the whole thing with the actual Green Lantern his is considering the Hal Jordan being a legacy character of him, they're different versions. Different circumstances. Where I feel like Jay is more close to with Barry personality.
Well, with Jay, I don't think Jay had access to the Speed Force originally.
No.
Okay, for one thing, it hadn't been created yet.
Yeah.
And Alan Scott didn't have access to the Green Lantern Corps because it hadn't been invented yet.
Right. Yeah.
So the only difference between Alan Scott and Hal Jordan are one ring can't handle wood, the other one can't handle yellow. To me, they're just as closely tied as Jay and Barry. Yeah.
So you think Hal's a legacy then?
If you're going to go by that logic, so is Superman, because the Superman from the Golden Age is the Superman on Earth too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is it really? Oh,
yeah. That's the crisis that was born. There was two Supermans.
Wow.
There were two Batmans. Batman was killed in Adventure Comics 462. Mm-hmm. So, wow. If you want to, actually, I guess they all are.
Yeah.
Hell, Robin's a legacy of a legacy because there's an Earth 2 Robin who's older than him. So there's.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I now here's the other question. Now, who do you like better? Do you like Helena Wayne or do you prefer the Bertinelli Huntress? I like them both actually equally.
It's almost an unfair comparison because the comic universes were so different. There's definitely more meat on the bones of Helena Bertinelli.
Yeah,
but you can say that about any character when compared to an Earth 2 character. I mean, those stories are fun in their own right, but Yeah, I said, but they were written in simpler times. Just like the Power Girl from Earth 2. She was originally from Earth 2 also.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that gave her character any interesting was, and I know where you think I'm going to go with that. No, but it was during the women's lib movement. It was about 5 or 6 years in. So they made her a raging feminist who lashed out at all the men on the team. But then they got over that, and then she became, well, a cookie cutter, Bronze, early Copper Age
You
DC
said the original
character.
was Earth 2, but then they just recently did an Earth 2 with her. It was like a reboot of that.
Yeah, well, that's it. DC. If you could figure out how all that works, you let me know.
Instead of calling it rebirth, just call it reboot. The DC reboot, because there's really no change other than they just put a crappy writer on the book. That's the biggest change for me is that a lot of times like I said, I love the fact when I said we were talking about Chuck Dixon the other night. Yes, I'm gonna keep bringing it up because you should go check out that stream. The guy spent 3 hours with us. Didn't have to.
I'm gonna add Chuck Dixon to the list of things you're always. There's gonna be Post Crisis and Chuck Dixon.
You missed
Every
the third
time
one.
you say, what's the third one?
Really? You forgot?
I forgot it too because I was typing out a comment. He said, back the other night when we were talking to Chuck Dixon about post-crisis DC, I was going to add the third one, but I couldn't remember it either.
Just like Britt Baker has DMD, I have one more day.
Damn it!
One more day. Yep.
Well, Zach, I'm
Don't
60,
worry.
so I could be having early onset dementia. What's your excuse?
My excuse was I've been working nonstop this week, like 10-hour days.
And also, Eric also likes one more day because it gives him one more day.
Boo.
Rhaegar,
don't worry. Venkman will probably be posting links to snippets.
Actually, I got Pixel chopping up. He's going to drop it into 20. He's going to keep the 3 hour there for people who want to listen to the podcast. But he's gonna chop it up at least like 20 different 20-minute segments.
Oh, okay.
So people who like shorter versions.
Yeah.
But also I noticed too, a lot of these I was talking to Skip. They break these videos up. If you say you missed this and you want to go back and watch our original, you put them in a playlist. There is on YouTube. Click if you're switching on PC or on your phone. Click in the description. A lot of times they'll show you key moments. So basically, every time we show you a book we talk about it, you can skip to that book by thumbing through the thumbnails on the bottom there. It's a new thing that YouTube is doing, and it's really kind of
is
cool.
that what you were talking about earlier?
Yeah,
Okay.
But sadly, it does not work on just like if it's just us three talking. It will not do that. You have to have a physical media for it to locate onto, and then create a segment for that.
Gotcha.
V's drinking game, post-crisis, Chuck Dixon review, and one more day. You know what? I'm going to mention it next year, too, as well. And next year and after that. So, because that's the only time Chuck's going to come back on. He's not come back on this channel. we scared him off. No.
We probably did.
No, actually, he said he had a blast, So, he's the guy's a really nice guy. I'd love it.
He was great.
Now he's having a blast getting restraining orders against all of us.
Yeah. He kind of roasted me too. I just remember whenever we were explaining the joke about how I'm not really racist. He's like, that sounds like something a racist would say. I got roasted by Chuck Dixon.
I like what he says here. He's like, I usually listen to missed streams on or videos on 2x speed. That's how I watch Supergirl.
That's what my sister does. She listens to like 2 or 3 podcasts. I'm like, how do you have the time? She's like, I listen to 2 times the speed.
It's gonna turn alcohol poisoning. If you want alcohol poisoning, watch Ingleteen's videos and watch out this count of times he mentions OGCG.
OGCG.
You're safe though if the only time you're gonna drink on his channel if he mentions Thailand because he hasn't done that in a while. But 2 years ago, man, you would have been hammered in the first 5 minutes. But all right though. Tomorrow, I don't know if there's gonna be a reading tomorrow at all on this channel. Pixel is gone. So
he's gone.
he's gone. So
I'm good with not.
everyone else is here though.
I'm good with not reading. I actually could watch a playoff game.
What's a playoff game? What are those?
Playoffs.
Actually, I
sketch game?
forgot the Saints are playing tonight on Amazon.
Andy had back-to-back pick sixes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're getting mushed.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
But
the Saints are my version of the Kings.
So like what I said, what there is tomorrow though, we do have a Friday night retrospective. So it'll be the three of us on here talking over the first Werewolf by Night.
There's still hope. It's only the fourth quarter. They can come back with 11 points.
They're not Purdue.
Oh, they cut it to 11.
Yeah, it's 24 to 35. Yeah.
Andy found one of his own receivers, I guess.
I guess he did. Andy Dalton throws his this was in the first half. This was an hour ago. He threw 3 interceptions in the first half. Golly, Andy.
And this has been your minute with sports ball talk.
Andy Dalton, when he was a Bengal, was atrocious in prime time. Nothing has changed.
Glenzer, that is the Saints. They can start out a game just like winning by a mile.
Ben Shapiro.
And then somewhere in there, maybe around halftime, shortly after, it's just like they'll just run out of gas.
According to Rhaegar, Ben Shapiro's winning against the rest of his Daily Wire in the Fantasy Bowl.
Daily Wire does fantasy football now? All I know is Matt Walsh apparently doesn't like anime, and it's been driving people crazy. People are like, this is why no one likes conservatives, because they hate stuff. I'm like, dude, he's trolling y'all so much. He's like...
Maybe not be.
Even if he's not. No, but that's the problem when you have every form of entertainment, every outlet, every this, that, stacked against you. You don't have the luxury of doing stuff like that, even in jest, because
that's true.
You know, the left can say 1,000 stupid things, and it's all washed away by one thing Matt Walsh says.
Well, yeah, he says he doesn't.
The deck is stacked.
He says he doesn't like an anime. Who makes anime? Asians. He hates Asians now. There you go. They spin it.
Well, it's not that.
No, I'm just saying that's stupid stuff I hear.
No, it harkens back to the Christian moms, you know, in the 80s.
It's exactly what my Christian mom said when I was a kid. We weren't allowed to watch anime like Dragon Ball or Pokemon when I was a kid. For the same reason.
It's secular.
It's satanic. Little pocket monsters that go pika pika.
I'll give you an example. I saw a tweet today, and you responded to it, Zach, because you spend way too much time on Twitter, by the way. You need to,
is he on there again?
You need to get off Twitter and go cut the grass or something. There's a picture of She-Hulk taking a shower. And the caption
that one, yeah.
Want to get conservatives and liberals mad with the same one panel? No. Conservatives, they've done a 180. The vast majority of conservatives are fine with that. It's the left that's got their butts clenched over something like that.
Yep.
Because it's not a man
taking a shower. Yeah.
Right. So
if it was a man, they wouldn't have that annoying bar in the way. They'd be showing off his nipples like it's no tomorrow.
Yeah, but that's what we face.
I'm a conservative. I hated the censorship to show the whole money.
Well, that's the point. So we're not like that.
Yeah.
You know, but forever, like all it takes is for Matt Walsh to say one thing, and it just sets everything back 20 years. Like I said, we have the deck stacked so far against us.
Yeah,
that we can't afford to have anybody, you know. Sometimes it's like since it was almost impossible for a leftist to get kicked off of Twitter, and all a person on the right had to do was say good morning improperly. it took all of our crazies off the board, and just basically ours were hidden. And all you saw was the left's, wacko statements.
Yeah.
So that's something. I said if Elon lets everybody back in, I said that's something that we've got to guard against, because I said we do not have the luxury of It's not an even playing field.
Yeah, no, you're right there. You're definitely right. There is definitely a double standard.
They are changing the reporting system, because I was reporting the fake porn bots, or does any of the bots? They're basically it'd add me. Like, you can always tell it's a bot because they have 4 photos. They made it this year,
And they're not the same person.
No, they're not the same person too. So it's like, and like so I'll go report them, and I'm just like, is this person harming you or someone else? And it's like,
so Zach, do you get porn bots following you, or do you have special Christian filters that keep them getting in?
I guess. I mean, they're not really porn. They're like model bots. They're not like.
I know, but porn bots sound cooler. So
porn bots do. I keep thinking of those automaton girls with the guns that come out of their boobs and Austin Powers.
Thank you very much.
I think of the fembots from Austin Powers. But no, yeah, I've had like maybe 4 or 5 follow me that I think of that I can think of.
Was it 2 weeks ago? I was talking to Skip, and I was like, I went through 79 of them.
Dang! You went 10 over.
All of them.
You went 10 over the limit. You should
So
have stopped.
I know that they're following me. I decided to. Every once in a while, I go to look and see who's following me, because sometimes I notice the numbers are still. I'm like, wow, I'm close to 500 again, or whatever. It's like,
I think I'm at 285 or
286. And that's the sad thing. It's like, unless you're like a CW star, it's hard to get like 1,000 people that are actually legitimately people.
Are you comparing yourself to Stargirl, to the actress that plays Stargirl?
No, I'm comparing myself to like I am Summer Holder, all those guys from 10 years ago on CW. There's somehow still have all 42,000 people.
So yeah, Venkman can attest to this. Where you check out Modelbot, Sacramento Kings, Block, Modelbot.
I did spend a lot of time on Twitter today, actually. I'm going through. By the way, Venkman, fill out your surveys.
I did yesterday, because I got an alert. It's like,
if there's the smallest chance in hell that we can get that Misha picture without the sheet, just for filling in the surveys, I want it.
I'm just saying. I got a text alert on my phone. I'm like, what is $34 charge? I'm like,
oh yeah, I got that too.
I forgot. Oh, it's right, because
Kickstarter charges you when the campaign ends. Indiegogo charges you right away.
But I just got my book 2 weeks ago from the other one from the Black Ops thing crossover.
Yep.
Which
they've already got. I think they've already got Volume 7 done. Like, good Lord, Tim, if you're watching this,
it's another reason why Tim wouldn't be able to work at DC and Marvel.
How many volumes does the omnibus have?
First 5.
The first 5, I think.
So
I think there's a crossover in there too.
I would need to get 6 and 7 then, right?
Yeah,
6 and 7.
Well, 6 is just got fulfilled. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 just got fulfilled, but then I'm sure they'll have it available when 7 comes out too. They usually have.
What they'll do is that they have I noticed they'll be doing for this one for 6. They had the digital omnibus, so as far as they had the physical omnibus, and then they had the digital chapters. But if you want to, you can actually go through iconiccomics.com, and I think you can buy it. You might be able to buy the omnibus or some.
You might be able to. Yeah, Iconic Comics, they do have their own web store. Yeah.
Yeah, so you might be able to get the physical books.
Well, that's what I want to do. I mean, where that leaves off, I think I want to keep or wait for the next one that covers. Several, but because I'm really enjoying it.
I'm waiting for
a great story.
The Breen cameo in one of these books. What's going to happen? The guy with the red shirts. I'm
sure it will now.
You gotta look at the crowds, because there's all kinds of fun little Easter eggs they'll put in the crowds. Back before I was even on YouTube, I was just a commenter on Twitter pretty much. But he put a little guy with a Flash hat, and it's like me at a carnival. I was just like, I'm in a common American book. But yeah.
All right. So I'll show you right now. I've actually found. I just looked it up.
Are we showing it off?
The website.
Oh, Iconic.
Yeah. So this is what they have for Common America right now. They have they're out of stock, actually. A lot of them are out of stock. But hey, you can get the CD, the soundtrack.
Oh yeah, they do have a soundtrack, yeah.
But that's what the volume's gonna be hardcovers. I imagine eventually they will be coming back, and here's volume 1 reprints.
Now, do the volumes look like comic books, or are they like little trades, or how?
Here, this is the actual.
Here, I got one. Hang on, I got you. Mine are all nowadays they're hardcover. The first couple that I have are more like prestige format, but they're hardcover trade size.
You know,
this is volume. Which one? This is volume 5 actually.
Yeah, so
I think I have one of the omnibuses over here too.
This is this is the hardcover, $25. It's out of stock right now, but that's usually what it comes with that.
Yeah.
I never really looked at exactly what's on this website. I just know they have a bunch of stuff.
Rhaegar, I'm very tempted to try to do. I want to find a Jay Garrick helmet, and if I find one, I will wear that on camera all the time.
So for those who are wondering, I don't know if they're in stock or not, but they still have the standees there. Look at $35 for the standees because they print them themselves and they know the artwork on them. So, what else they have for?
Yeah, that's a good point, though, Zach. I haven't been paying attention to the crowd scenes to see if there's anybody. Yeah, it's which one are you in?
I forgot. It's one with the carnival.
I think it's volume 2.
It might be 2 or 3. I'm about to dig through and I'll tell you.
Yep. Currently shipping to Canada, Japan, and Germany. So if you were in Germany, you can get one of these books.
9.
But yeah, as he pointed out, as soon as they pop up here on the website, they're sold out real fast.
Yeah, they sell like flapjacks.
I wouldn't be surprised if people were buying and flipping these. That's what I believe that was what's his name?
Not the guy that won the book on E's auction.
No.
Another guy.
No, Captain Cummings.
Oh, Captain Cummings, really?
Tim said, yeah, Captain Cummings, he always buys 2 and he flips the other one for money. he had brought it to Tim's attention. It's like, really? People are like, yeah. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm making money off you.
Well, yeah, there was that one guy selling on what eBay was like selling one for $2,000.
Yeah. So
I think so. It's in volume 3. Yep, it's in volume 3. There's this little itty bitty. I'm gonna get him right up next to the camera. I don't even know if it'll focus.
Hold on. Let me.
It's not even gonna focus. It's tiny. I'm at the booth with just some guy's logo on it. Focus camera. I need a better web camera. That's not gonna work.
Yeah, you weren't even showing the panel with you in it though.
Yeah, I was. It's this one right here. It's the one in the corner with the beetle guys on it, but I'm very tiny.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're in the middle there. You're the guy.
Very tiny.
Put that up again.
Very, very tiny. This page right here with these beetle guys. Insectoid infantry stab beetles.
He's standing behind in the corner of the beetle panel right there. There it goes.
There it is.
Stop moving.
Where he's in front of the booth that it says just some prize.
And then he's the guy with the red hat and red shirt.
And he's wearing a bow tie.
Oh, okay, I see it.
And then
tiny little.
You have a line.
I know. This show's getting good.
Angletine's in there too.
Doug TeNapel is too. There's a lot of guys that are in here.
And there's a fat guy who they all thought was EVS, and it's actually.
I know. Can you believe they all thought it was that guy?
The audacity! They think that it'd actually give AVS a cameo.
I didn't even see the resemblance at all.
You'd be happy to get a cameo on a book, wouldn't you? Right?
I'd be ecstatic. What are you talking?
Well, it depends though. If you're like,
I'm this big and I'm ecstatic about it.
Wow, that's besides the point.
Okay. God, that's gonna get clipped. Yep. Never mind.
Too small a clip.
Too small a clip. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know if y'all are still gonna go, but I actually do need to go. There's some stuff that I gotta do before the stream later tonight.
So, like I said, go if you want to check out iconiccomics.com.
Iconic, yeah.
Bookmark that page because you never know when a book might pop in you want. Or you can check out Tim Lim on it's POTUS Thump on Twitter and check out him, talk to him, bug him, maybe and ask his or Mark Pellegrini, aka Pellecreepy. they may know, have the inside information when it might come back in stock, or they might be able to help you get one.
Or maybe they could hook me up with a certain trading card of a certain fiery redhead that I need for my collection. Anyway, there was no hint in there at all.
All right, so we do ask you if you guys like this stuff, you want more of it, click like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for, but we have a lot of cool content here. We read comic books, we talk about comic books, we show off comic books.
We talk about shows. We talk about movies.
Yes.
What don't we do?
There's definitely going to be a Black Adam review coming up within the next week,
Yeah, probably.
not this weekend, but probably check out for Monday or Tuesday.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll probably have seen it by then.
Yeah, same here. So that being said, if you want to support the channel, you can do multiple ways. You can leave a like on the channel, which really helps the algorithm. Leave a comment down below, just saying hi or whatever you want to say. Even if you want to insult us, I don't care.
Please do.
Also, you can also share this out to all your social medias, or just to friends and family. Say, hey, look at this. You check this out. This is a very cool video of you. And well, if you also asked, but there's a Ko-Fi link down here too. Puppeteen.com. It's going across the stream right now. Where does the money go to? Money goes to paying for the StreamYard, which we use. It costs money per month. And then it also goes towards the Marvel and DC Unlimited apps, which costs money as well. So there are multiple ways to help us out. Just going to say thank you for showing up and thank you for staying this long. And
yes.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Later.
Good
And
night,
I
kids.
will be there, Rhaegar. You watch.
Good night, seniors. I
Good
want
night,
to say it